Let's assemble this charm bracelet together, one bead at a time. For this beginner project, we only need a few skills that we've already kind of learned. First thing we'll do is we're going to measure a chain out ourselves. This charm bracelet is going to be for my mom, so I want the final length to be somewhere around 8 inches as a medium size. Using the ruler and the snips, we can cut our chain down to size quickly. Then today, for our source of charms, I found these wine glass marker charms at Goodwill, and I thought they would look great on a charm bracelet, so I am repurposing them. I think I got all 6 of these for $2 at Goodwill. And I'm just cutting them off their hoops because I think that's faster than trying to unbend the end. It's kind of funny because I think these guys were on sort of like modified earring loops, and they're meant to go around wine glass stems. You can open and close them pretty easily. But if these were to be used as actual earrings, these charms would be way too heavy, I think, for those hoops. So once I've got them all cut off of their little hoops and spaced out on my board, I'm going to get some split rings out, one for each of my charms, to get ready to attach them to the chain. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a clasp to the very end of the chain with one of my heftier jump rings, and I'll be using these heftier jump rings for everything to really add durability with these heavy charms. And I've used my grid backing to sort of space out where I want everything, but I didn't bother to count the lengths in between each of the charms. This is really just kind of like eyeballed. As long as they're close to evenly spaced, that's fine with me. I mean, this is a handmade piece of jewelry, and we're gonna get what we're gonna get. If you're a perfectionist, or if you're looking on how to step up your jewelry game, then maybe at that point you want to think about really perfecting your spacing, making sure everything is even. But as a beginning project and as one of our first charm bracelets we're putting together, it is totally okay to just kind of eyeball the spacing, because this bracelet is going to be pretty chaotic anyway, and so it is going to be kind of hard to tell if they're evenly spaced or not, especially if they're close. With these large charms hanging off of this chain, you're going to get a lot of movement, which is fun for a charm bracelet, and it can kind of obscure any sort of missteps you make in spacing out your charms. So not something that I think you really need to worry about at this stage. One thing you might notice with heftier jump rings is that sometimes they're a little bit harder to open and close just because they're stronger, and you might notice that you'll lose your grip on the jump ring or maybe drop it. Totally normal. I've definitely done it multiple times, even in this video. Now, my mom really likes jangly full charm bracelets, so I also found these pearl charms at Goodwill, another $2. We're really trolling the Goodwills for those good deals. And we're going to go ahead and attach one of these in between each of the charms here to complete our look. Now, again, we're really just eyeballing the spacing. I'm choosing my heftier jump rings again, even though these pearl charms are a little lighter, so it doesn't necessarily need those heftier jump rings, but I like to keep a consistent look across the whole piece, so we're going to use the same jump ring for all of the charms that we add. And once we've got all of our pearls added, here's the finished look. One thing I did add was a larger hoop on the very end of the chain to make it a little easier to clasp on with the clasps that we've added. So here we go, spread out on the background, and we're done. We've finished our first charm bracelet.